Admit it. You have no confidence. You feel inferior to everyone else here. It would have been better for you to simply remain a genin. But to register for the tuning exams, you need a team of 3 people. You never even wanted to take part in these exams, but Shino and Kiba did, and you couldn't bear to let your teammates down.
Number 6, Neji Hyuga. I knew there would be a Naruto character somewhere on this list, I just wasn't sure which one. Among the big contenders was Gaara for his almost Johan-like creepiness, and Pain for a really strong fleshed out character. I also considered Sakura as an antagonist, but I suppose it only really works if they're an enemy to the main characters instead of just a mate. Ultimately, I decided on Neji, because he combines a lot of the elements I've been talking about. First off, God, he is a dick. Neji takes one of the characters, Hinata, known for being sweet and innocent and never wanting to hurt anyone, and destroys her both mentally and physically with no sign of remorse. Of course, there's a perfect reasoning for him to be like this. He's the side branch of a clan and suffers all the downsides of it. Simply because of this, Neji lost his father, and his life is constantly under threat from the pretty crayon drawing on his head. And seeing him finally be beaten to a pulp is one of the most satisfying moments in the series. On top of how much you hate him, he's a really fleshed out and 3-dimensional character. But what really puts him above other characters on the list is something I've practically only seen Naruto villains pull off. And I simply call this thing parallels. See, a lot of the time, antagonists tend to be written more like obstacles, something for the character just to succeed over, but in Naruto, the story and characters acknowledge the similarities between protagonist and antagonist. In the case of Neji, parallels are drawn between how they both get the wrong end of the stick in life, their views on destiny, and all sorts of fantastic stuff to do with the beliefs at the very heart of their characters. It both leads into character and relationship development for the both of them as they change their views based on what they've experienced in the fight with each other. Character parallels. Recognize. By the way, as for other antagonists in Naruto, By the way, as for other antagonists in Naruto, Gaara was a very close contender, but kinda broke the creepy Johan feeling he had that would have set him apart when he turned into this. Pain was also quite a close contender as well. That said, even though he killed Jiraiya, I still didn't feel like he was as easy to hate as Neji. After all, Pain acted in self-defense. He had to kill him to protect the mission, but Neji, the way he treated Hinata was based purely on malicious rage. He wanted to be an asshole, and I think that made the difference. Oh yeah, one last thing. Sasuke was also a really close contender. For a large part of the anime, he does become an antagonist, and he becomes a really interesting one at that. There are very few good examples of characters starting out as protagonists and turning into antagonists. Ultimately though, he got really fucking confusing in Shippuden. Like, that wasn't just me, right? All the logic around his choices was really warped and weird. Maybe the point was that he was confused, but that was never properly acknowledged, so it felt more like Kishimoto wanted to create certain situations, but just didn't quite have the proper reasoning to get there. Oh well. Anyway, I'm a little busy right now, so I'm gonna keep one character to a part and probably bring these things out every 2 weeks. In a month or two I'll have some more time to myself, and we'll have more regular uploads though. Until next time.